In this video, we are going to learn how to partition the string into one or more substrings in an optimal way. Hello, I'm Jagan from growwithdata. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. I have created a playlist Python interview questions 51 to 100 and I will be tagging this video to that playlist. Now let's see the sample input data and we can talk about the question in detail. So we are going to have a string yes, and we are asked to partition the string into one or more substring so that the characters in each substring are unique. That means no letters appear in the single substring more than once. So we have to return the minimum number of substrings in each partition. So if you see this, if you want to split that into substrings, I can say it's A, B, next is A, then it's repeated. So you can go with A, C, and A repeats. So go to next one, A, B, and then A. So you can make that as 4. So the output is going to be 4. Same way you can do the AB, AC, and the third one, I can make it as A and then AB. Even then it works because none of the substring have repeated characters. So I can take the first option or the second option. So now we have to write a code to make that the string will be split into the minimum number of substrings so that the characters don't repeat. So before going into the code, let's do some basic manipulation on how we work with the strings and the list and set, and then you can go into the code. Okay, now let's go with the string. For example, we are given a string called yes, which is having a string of characters. The string is indexed and the index starts with 0. That means if I say yes of 0, that means it will get the first index element. So it starts with 0. If I say 1, it get the index 1, that is R. So the index starts with 0 and from the right to left it's -1, -2. So if you see the previous video, you can get the clear version of it. The Python basics, the data type will have the clear explanation of the string and the list. Okay, if I want to go through each element in the string, so I can say for I in range length of yes, that means the length of the string. We say print I and then yes of I. We print that, it will get the index position and then the element in that index position. So you can grow with data, right? So without using that index position, we can directly use the element itself. Say for I in yes, print I. So this will give me only the elements. So this is how you manipulate a string. When you talk about a list, for example, we have a list equal to A, B, and C. You make sure the brackets are the solid brackets. So the list is also ordered data type and it's mutable. That means if I say the list of 0, I will get the first index position A. If I say 1, that will get the second index position, that is B. So it starts with 0, 1, 2. The last one will be -1, -2, -3 from the right to left. Okay. So this is ordered one and it's mutable. That means if I want to replace this A, right, I can simply say list of 0 equal to Z. If I say list, the A will be replaced by Z. And if I want to add something to the list, I can say list dot append D. So if I see list, After Z, B, C, D will be added. If I want to add something to the first, then I'll say list dot insert the index position I want to insert, and then I'll say Y. If I call list, Y will be inserted in the 0th index position. Okay, so this is a list. When you talk about the set, the bracket is going to be different. It's a curly bracket, A, B, and C. So this is immutable and not ordered. I can't say S of 0. It will give me a type error. Right? I can't do the index part of it. But I can add elements to it. Dot add Z. If we say yes, the Z will be added at the end. But I can't replace anything in the element. I can't say yes of 0 equal to B. I can't say it. It will give me the type error. So I can't overwrite the existing one. So that's called immutable. So these are the three main things we have to know before answering this question. So how to manipulate a string, and then the list part of it, and then the set. Okay, now let's go into the coding part. Let's start with our function. The input string is AB, AC, ABA. Now we have a function div growwithdata. Yes. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a set. It's a null set, and then we say the length of the string will be in n, and then we are going to have a counter, how many subsets we are going to create. Now we are going for the looping part. For I in range, the length of S, which is n, I am going to check if that element S of I, so that particular element not in the set variable as we put, right? We are going to do some operation. If not, then we just going to increment the counter plus equal to 1, and then we are going to reset the check variable to the particular element set of I. So we are going to read every element from the string and check if we are going to be in this set variable. If it's not in the set variable, we are going to do some operation. What we are going to do here, we are going to check dot add that element S of I, and then we are going to continue. We are not going to go to the next step. If we just see every element like A, B, A, and then we see if it that in the check. If it's not in the check, then you add that to the check and then you continue, so that the string will continue without any repeated ones. If there is any element which got repeated, then the if condition will skip, and then we go here, we increment the count. Count is number of subsets, and then we reset the check to the current element. And then at the end, we just say return the count plus 1, because if there is a last element which comes which is not in the set, then the if condition will skip, right? So the count will have an additional part of it, and then we are going to call the function, and it's supposed to bring me 4. Oops. Grow with, okay, we have grow with data, check, if check, then add this, continue, return count plus 1, check equal to set of set. What is it? Okay, your set of set. So set of I. So what we do, first we are setting three variables, check, n, and count. Now we are going to have the length of the string, which is 7, right? So this is going to have 7. Now we are going to read every element from this. So s of 0 is going to be a. So it's going to check if a exists in the check. The check is blank, right? So no. So it comes here, and then it increments the check. So say check equal to, now it got a, and then goes again, get the next element, it's b. So goes and get the b, and it exists in check. No, check has only a, so it's no. Then comes here, it increments the check. So check equal to a and b. Now it's going to continue. Now next one is a. So get a, it check if it's in the check variable, yes. So it skip the if condition, comes here, do the counting part. The count is 0 for now. Now it says count equal to 1. And then the check is going to, the check is going to be reset to whatever the element we have. So check equal to a now. Now again it go get the second variable. So after a, it's going to be c. So c, it will check in the check one. Check is currently having a. It's not. So now the check equal to a comma c. Next it will come. It will check a again. It will see it. It will say if it's not in check, no, because it got a here. So it comes here, do the count. Now count is going to be 2, and then it will reset the check to a again, and then it repeats. So that way the check will have the substring. Every time it finds the element which is already exists in this set, then it will reset. That's how the loop works. So here we get only the count, right? So how many subsets we can create. So we saw AB, A, AB, AC, AB, and A, 4, right? So we get the count. If I want to see the numbers, if I actually want to see what are all the strings I'm going to get, then I'm going to have the same code here. So I'll just copy the code. I bring it to the next one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a list here, result equal to a list, and then I'm going to say here I check, and then I continue. So it will increment to it. Whenever it finds a result, I'll just say result dot append the check. So once everything is done, it will have the final value. I'll just get result dot append the same check. So the last characters, if any, exist and the loop breaks, it will append here, right? So we can say condition if it check is null or not, but anytimes if it add any value, then the check is not going to be null. So we can keep it like this. Now if I want to return the actual string, I can just say count and get the result also. Now let's see what we get. So here we have, count plus 1, right? Count plus 1. So we have how many substrings we can bring in and what are the substrings? AB, AC, and AB, and A. So we have 4 substrings. If I want to bring this as a character rather than every individual element in a set, then I can simply say join dot join the set. So this, oh sorry, not here. I will add to the check this dot join the set. I will add the same thing here too. So now the set has been added to the string format. I can just show you this. S equal to A comma B, right? So if I say dot join A, it will add the string. So it can be a set or it can be a list. And this is the delimiter. If I give a slash, the slash will be used between the strings. Even if it's going to be a list, you get the same result. So this is the function of join. So I can use that join function and I can add all the strings to this result. So however I want, I can bring the result here. So this is the way you bring in the string. Now, if I want to reduce this code in a better way, instead of doing not in check, if I want to do the check part, right? First, let me get the old code and then we can go with the result. So the first code format, I overwritten this, so I can bring it here. So I have the first version of it, right? Check and stuff. And if I want to get more test cases, I can use the assert function. I can bring, oops, sorry. Check plus one, sorry, check count plus one. Okay. So I will get the multiple test cases and pass. So instead of doing this, I can directly do a coding part, which reduce much of the coding. Let's see. I don't want to bring the length because I'm using only once, and I directly get the string. And then I will say instead of s of I can directly use the string part in check. If that exists in check, then you do the counting part, right? Whatever we did in the common thing, we just do that. And then we reset the set. Check equal to set. And then you don't have to continue, right? If it not exist, then you just add check dot add the element. Add. Okay. Now we have the initial version as 1. So I just do the first count as 1. Instead of the range, I directly use the string and I can read the string every time in the loop. And then I check if the element or the character exists in the set. Then you just do the incremental part, the count as count plus 1. And then you reset this set and then you just do whatever the current element is, right? You add that to the check. Even if it not exists, it don't go into the loop, it directly come and add. If it exists, it will reset and it will add that element to it. So you don't have to do the what's that, not in class, continue, all that. You can simply finish this way, right? So okay, now is count because it will automatically take that value, right? So every time it will start with 1 and it will just count it. If there is any blank string, then you just have a edge case to make sure. If not yes, then return 0, you can say. If there's a blank string, then you can address that edge case also. So instead of saying set, you can just say dot clear, I think. So hopefully says dot clear will do the same thing instead of resetting the set. Even here, whenever we say set of s of I, right? So that part will be taken care if the element exists or not exist. If it exists, we just do the operation, the counting part and reset it. And then this one is done only once. So if you see this, we reduced one variable and then we reduced 2 or 3 lines in the code and make it much simpler. And you can do it in a list comprehension way. If you want to try it, just try it and then let me know in the comment section how you do that in the list comprehension part also. If you want to see all this code, then you can go to the YouTube channel growwithdata and you have the playlist. This one will be the Python interview questions 51 to 100. The Tamil version of it will be in Tamil Python interview questions 51 to 100. If you go to the playlist and the description part, you have the GitHub link. So the GitHub will take you to the code base where you have it. And this one is the 65th, where you have the two options. First, we iterate with the unique character tracking, and then we did the direct substring continuous, right? So we did the substring continue in this way, simpler. So go through the code and see which one is easier for you. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.